inside the thunderstorm, right where the green and red are touching each other. And this is moving off to the northeast. Per the National Weather Service, it's currently stationary right now. And the main threat with the tornado, potentially quarter-sized hail, it's between Interstate 10 mile markers 420 and 429. So that is where the rotation is right now, between mile markers 420 and 429. So if any of those locations sound familiar to you in southern portions of Sutton County, you need to be in that tornado safe place. That's the lowest floor away from windows. You want to put as many layers between you and the outside as possible in kind of south central portions of Sutton County. And thankfully, it's a small area where the threat is. National Weather Service has this really good warning polygon right now. And I am just now being told in my ear we are on streaming platforms. So good evening. Thank you for joining us. We have severe weather coverage for a tornado warning that has just been issued for portions of Sutton County. It's in effect until 11 p.m. this evening. We have a cluster of storms moving from west to east, and this isolated thunderstorm out ahead of the main line has been showing signs of rotation. It hasn't been confirmed by spotters yet on the ground, but I still want you to be in that tornado safe place. That is the lowest floor. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning. Let me get you the latest information on that. It's for Sutton and Kimball counties, which tells me they're likely going to allow that tornado warning to expire in Sutton County, assuming nothing rapidly changes with it. But the fact that this thunderstorm is all by itself is definitely reason for concern, just given the instability in the atmosphere. So we'll continue keeping a very close eye on it. So Roosevelt, you're not inside the tornado warning, you are inside a severe thunderstorm warning. National Weather Service warning it for hail an inch in diameter and about quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And those are non-tornadic winds with that severe thunderstorm warning. So the storm is now transitioning from Sutton County into Kimball County. If you're in that red tornado polygon, I do want you to stay inside your tornado safe place for at least the next little bit. Per my phone timer, it is 10:56 p.m. on this Tuesday evening. We have severe thunderstorms across the Concho Valley. The imminent tornado threat, though, is in south central, southeastern portions of Sutton County, where you have that red flashing polygon. You see that hook shape on radar. That's indicative of rotation, and that is where the potential tornado is ongoing right now. Per the National Weather Service, I will say overall, the rotation with the thunderstorm is not looking as strong as it did previously. Radar is estimating the gate-to-gate shear. That's another term for the rotation inside the thunderstorm of 40 miles an hour. So it's not overly impressive. It definitely still has the rotation in the mid-levels. The question is whether or not that rotation is going to make it down to the surface. Thankfully, I think the fact that the sun is now set across the Concho Valley, I think that'll help to stabilize the atmosphere. You get cooler temperatures, that means stable air. The air doesn't rise as much. So I think that'll serve to reduce the tornado threat. As we go through the overnight hours, that said, I want you in that tornado safe place, though, in Sutton County, as this activity really hasn't moved a whole lot. And we put radar on the loop of the past hour or so. You can really see earlier in this thunderstorm's life cycle, it definitely had a very pronounced hook. That was right when that tornado warning got issued. It had a really pronounced hook. Maybe now the hook is a little bit less pronounced. It definitely still is there, though. So I definitely still want you in that tornado safe place. And if you live in places like Roosevelt, west of Junction, here's the community of Telegraph in southwestern portions of Kimball County. I want you to consider taking your tornado safety precautions, although no portions of Kimball County are included in the tornado warning. The tornado warning right now is in Sutton County. And the concern with this thunderstorm, it's alone, it's by itself. I do want to point out this cluster of storms from Mertzen down towards El Dorado and Sonora. I think once this individual thunderstorm is kind of caught up by this line of storms with lots of yellow polygons for severe thunderstorm warnings and green polygons, because you see those bright reds on radar, this storm is dumping a lot of rain. Remember, turn around, don't drown. You always want to avoid flooded roadways at all costs. And overall, I think it's mostly a hail and wind threat with this line of storms. Not to say there couldn't be a brief spin-up tornado within the broader line of thunderstorms. The main tornado threat at this point, though, Sutton County. In Sutton County, it is currently 11 p.m. We'll see if the National Weather Service, and it appears the National Weather Service has allowed that tornado warning to expire. Brandon, I think we'll be good to send it back to regularly scheduled programming. I would like to stay on streaming, though, if that's possible, so we can give people a little bit more of an in-depth update on streaming. Sounds good. So for my folks on air, we are about to have an extended weather update on all of our different streaming platforms. That's Fox West Texas Plus. For folks with maybe a little bit of storm anxiety, go a little bit more in depth with the forecast. But for now, I think we are going to send it back to regularly scheduled programming. There is still a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for southwestern portions of the Concho Valley, including the city of San Angelo. About to be on all of our different streaming platforms with a more in-depth weather update, but for now, we'll send it back to regularly scheduled programming. I'm Fox West Texas meteorologist Britton Musall. We just finished up a tornado warning cut-in for a tornado warning that was for portions of Sutton County. The National Weather Service has allowed that tornado warning to expire. I did just want to hop on here on all our different streaming platforms, Fox West Texas Plus, our Facebook page, YouTube page, just to give folks a little bit more of an in-depth look at the forecast. So here's what's going on right now. We have just had a severe thunderstorm warning issued for Irion, Tom Green, and Schleicher County. So that does include the city of San Angelo. So here's what's going on at this point. We had thunderstorms form in the Permian Basin this afternoon, this evening. That kind of line of storm, those individual storms have kind of formed a cluster. And now that cluster is moving from west to east, and right on the leading edge of that cluster of thunderstorms, that's where the potential is there for some quarter-sized hail, some gusty straight line winds. We had a tornado warning earlier for Sutton County. That tornado warning has since been allowed to expire because the rotation with that thunderstorm is overall looking less organized, which is good for the community of Roosevelt. It still is a powerful thunderstorm, though, dropping some quarter-sized hail and some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, definitely a possibility. I'd like to go over all the different severe thunderstorm warnings. So a severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued by the National Weather Service. It does include the city of San Angelo until 11:15 p.m. There's definitely some gusty winds with this line of thunderstorms. It's not looking like an imminent tornado threat, though, for the community of San Angelo. Down towards Cristoval, that is certainly some good news. Mertzen as well, seeing some gusty winds. Down towards Irion County, also included in different severe thunderstorm warnings, and one to the west of Sonora as well. So that's kind of what we're currently looking at right now. There's no tornado warnings in effect for anywhere in the Fox West Texas viewing area. We do still have a severe thunderstorm watch. That means conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorm development. Sounds good. So we do still have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for San Angelo towards Erie County, Sutton County, Schleicher County, and Crockett County. You all are included in that severe thunderstorm watch for the next couple of hours until 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'll be here continuing to keep you up to date. It looks like the main line of storms has moved out of that warning in Sutton and Schleicher County, so I wouldn't be shocked if they either issued a new warning or they let this older warning to expire. I definitely still think that main line, though, could definitely be on the strong to severe side. So Erie, Schleicher, Tom Green counties all included in a severe thunderstorm warning until 11:45 p.m. this evening. It's mostly a gusty straight line wind threat as we see this line of storms move through, and definitely some very heavy rain. So once this cluster moves through the city of San Angelo, I would not be shocked if we saw a flash flood warning get issued. And this severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 11:45 p.m. So I suspect the main severe threat is going to be over for the city of San Angelo by midnight tonight. If, honestly, once this severe storm is done for Tom Green County, I suspect that the severe threat is going to be done for the city of San Angelo. The main threat with that cluster of storms as it moves towards San Angelo is going to be that threat for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. National Weather Service saying it's moving northeast at about 45 miles an hour, and the strongest winds are about 7 miles south of the community of Mertzen. So we can go ahead and put a quick storm track on this storm, give you an idea of where exactly it's headed. So I'll draw the storm track from Arden down towards Christoval, and it's moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. So that means the strongest winds will arrive near San Angelo at about 11:25 p.m. this evening, 11:06 in the community of Arden, 11:29 at Grape Creek, 11:48 for folks in Miles, and 11:57 in the community of Rowena. So Tom Green County is kind of the eastern extent of the severe thunderstorm warning. We'll severe thunderstorm watch and the warning as well. So we'll have to see how well how the thunderstorm is able to kind of hold itself together as it slowly but surely moves off to the northeast. It's not moving terribly slow. It's moving about 45 miles an hour. So that's roughly about how fast that's about the speed limit for most roads across the area. But for folks in San Angelo who are watching us, wondering what exactly is going on, here's the story. We have a cluster of strong to severe thunderstorms moving across the area. And we have one thunderstorm out ahead of the main cluster that's west of you in Junction, right on the border of Sutton and Kimball counties. That's previously was tornado warned. There's no longer a tornado warning with that thunderstorm. I think as the evening progresses, we get more stability. The instability decreases for us in the Concho Valley. I think that'll mean a more stable atmosphere. It'll mean less of a severe weather threat. We definitely still have the strong to severe thunderstorms potentially moving into the city of San Angelo. So until this cluster of storms passes your area, I would honestly just recommend staying inside. Before we end this little Facebook Live streaming update, I do want to give folks just a quick little timeline about when they could potentially expect this line of storms in their area. Near San Angelo, about 11:26 p.m. Near Menard, a little after midnight, 12:05 a.m. Melvin at 12:26 a.m. It'll be for you in Brady at about 12:44 this morning and about 1:30 this morning in at 1:30 tomorrow morning, I should say, in Brownwood. We're at that kind of awkward time where we're transitioning from one day to the next. So I think that'll do it for our current streaming update. I did just want to give folks a heads up. I'm not looking at an imminent tornado threat for the city of San Angelo, but I think we'll go ahead and end things. Brandon, if we could end the Facebook Live here real quick. I do just want to end by showing folks that we have a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 o'clock this morning. So we'll continue to keep you up to date. We will come back here on our streaming platforms as necessary. But thank you so much for your trust and for tuning in with us.